Greetings all the fans of Eagle Tiger Vision. If we have a leader who really want to change this world, we can make it happen. People like the brother Bill Gates, full support for the Africans and Nigeria particularly. Bill Clinton do his best, Obama do his best. With Biden, Nigeria will always remember former President Jimmy Carter and former President Donald Trump, who blow his trumpet, licking the looters, stealing Nigerian money, banking it in their account here in America.
A couple years ago, 2015, the nation of Nigeria got a brand new president. He was elected in large part on a promise that he was going to clean up corruption in that country. Nigeria has a big economy. It's a fairly well-off country, but its economy is really dominated by the oil sector. And the oil sector is famously, fabulously corrupt. And so the new president came into office saying he was going to clean up corruption in the oil sector, which is so dominant in their economy. He's going to clean up corruption in the government. And then this happened. Last week, look at that. Investigators got a call about a suspicious-looking woman who kept taking bags in and out of an apartment, a 7th-floor apartment owned by Nigeria's intelligence chief, an apartment he had in the country's largest city, in Lagos. And, you know, I'm not exactly sure what it takes for an anti-corruption investigator to raid the home of the nation's spy chief, but somehow the anti-corruption investigators were able to get the go-ahead to do that, and wow! What they found inside the spy chief's apartment in Lagos was about $75,000 worth of Nigerian cash. They found about $35,000 worth of British pounds, also in cash, and they found $43 million in American cash. $43 million. In one of the pictures they released, it kind of looked like, see up in the upper right-hand corner there? Kind of looked like maybe these bricks of cash, these bricks of $100 bills were wrapped up like they were Christmas presents, maybe? They also released some video, though, showing that, at least in part, this $43 million in cash was very tightly filed in big filing cabinets, also in armoires and wardrobes and chests of drawers. $43 million in cash is a lot of cash. All stacked up, piled up, and apparently wrapped up as Christmas presents in his apartment. Now, the spy chief says, nothing to see here. This is totally normal. There is nothing weird about this. The explanation for why he needs $43 million in cash in his apartment is that that's how he funds covert ops.
What is happening to our brothers back home? And today, Nigeria is fighting for corruption. It's not only for Nigeria. It's for the whole Africa and it's for the whole world. To tackle corruption, common men and women like you and me who have no position in government, they can fight it. Why? Because they are not in position. So somebody like Brother Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati having the momentum, try to dig it out. How those politicians stealing our money, banking in their houses on the ground, trying to dash it out of Nigeria, banking in America and Europe. The secret is leaking. Take a look.
Just run. I don't want to touch that. I think you better call the old Bill.
Don't panic.
Better just call the police.
Yeah, there must be $1 million there.
The discovery changes everything.
I know this is an obvious thing to say, but it is obviously a crime scene. Don't touch anything fingerprint-wise?
Yeah, I wonder if you can. I'm High Court enforcement. I've just gained access to a property, and within the property is a box full of dollar bills. I'd be grateful if someone could get here a bit lively.
I don't understand what the white powder is, though.
I would say there was $8.5 million there of mixed denomination.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Do not expose parked note to the light. Observe the presence of concentrated acting powder for good colour separation. $8.5 million. Will the police come in quickly or just take
Well, I did say to him, I said, I'd rather you came a bit lively.
The team have been stopped in their tracks. All Paul and Steve can do is hope the police arrive quickly, in case the owner of the $8.5 million turns up. But 10 minutes later, the lift bell sounds.
Hi there. Just to let you know, we're High Court enforcement and we've repossessed the property today. And everything in it.
I'm not the main tenant. I'm just a student.
Okay,
So-
well, what I'm going to say to you is now that you're not allowed into the property at all. If you want to take that up with us, you can talk to the police.
Can I be allowed to
No.
get my books and all?
Nothing at all just yet.
I need to call him. I need to let him know all this.
By all means, let him know. Give him a call.
Yeah.
Can you just keep an eye on the entrance?
Yes.
Uh,
The tenant's just come back, so you've got to issue now, so I'll call you back later.
Can ring the office, see where they are. Please. I'd like someone here sooner rather than later. The circumstances have changed.
And now, because to fight the corruption, it's not only one person. If we really want to fight the corruption in this earth, believe me, we can do it. And former President Donald Trump, who blew his trumpet, solidarity with Africa, which is Nigeria, to lick the leaders who have been banking their money, billions, not millions, in America. The secret is leaking. Take a look. Listen to this.
On the news today, Trump releases names of Nigerian politicians who stock looted funds overseas. U.S. government unveils the still richest politicians from Nigeria and names of U.S. bank they stocked public funds they stole. Name, bank and amount. Aisha Buhari, JP Morgan Chase New York, $2.9 billion. Colorado Abubakar Lawal, American Express New York, $2.5 billion. Gaba Shehu, Wells Fargo, San Francisco, $2.3 billion. Ahmed Idris, Citigroup, New York City, $2.1 billion. El-Rufai, Citigroup, New York City, $2.6 billion. Femi Adesina, U.S. Bank of Minnesota, $1.9 billion. Babagana Mongono Financial,
No wonder
Detroit,
they're not the same person. They're the same for their children and their grandchildren.
BB&T, Carolina, $2.9 billion. Abayomi Oloni Shakin, Citigroup, New York, $2.3 billion. Sadiq Abubakar, State Street Corporation,
Nigeria youth na fool.
$1.9 billion.
God forbid.
Lawal Dara, Wells Fargo, San Francisco, $2.4 billion. Amina Zakari, City, New York, $1.8 billion.
Oh boy.
Zara Buhari, Bank of America, $1.2 billion.
No wonder.
Habibu Abdullahi, U.S. Bank,
Buhari pikin.
$1.7 billion.
Sorry,
Baba
coward.
Haruna Daro, Ali Financial, $2.2 billion. Umaru Dambata, Bank of America, $1.7 billion. Aliyu Gusau, Ali Financial, $1.3 billion. Babatunde Fashola, American Bank, $2.4 billion. Chris Ngige, Northern Bank AA, $2.7 billion. Abdul Rahman Dambata, TBS, $2.6 billion. Solomon Dalong, American Bank, $4.2 billion. Lai Mohammed, Ali Financial, $1.3 billion.
No wonder.
Mohammed Buhari, $3.2 billion. Aisha Hadisa Rika, $976
They don't wait for
million.
Switzerland.
What a shame.
Just now they
Guys,
defeat
that's
them.
it for this news. I would love to drop a few
Nah, make I with the wrong
concerning this news.
American, Nigeria youth might be fooled. But they crazy all of them.
They are all thieves.
No.
This is the same man that has been going after people fighting over corruption, and yet his money is $3.2 billion. He's even the highest.
No, they did this in the dance Jalanta, they dance at something.
And his daughter. So it is not a family business for them to steal in Nigeria. These people
they go to pop on your
better Nigeria. Yes, this amount of money that they put can be used.
Nobody will talk
properly to make this country a better place. But what are they stealing this money for? When their future generation has
what is the
point of this money that they are stealing? Later they keep on crying on how they are fighting insecurity, recovering looted funds. So this is where the looted funds is going to. These people are thieves. They've been stealing money from all sets of time. This is not even news to us because we already know that they are thieves. This is just a proof. I will commend Donald Trump for doing this. I don't know how they are going to come and
my people back home say Omo Bruguni. They caught a lot of Brugu. And here comes a lot of Brugu being lined up. Stealing our fuels. You thought it's impossible to fight it out. You are a joker, man. You are a joker. Everything has a time. 100 times for the thief. One blessing day is for the honor. And here we come. Corruption is everywhere. We can team up and clean up the all garbage what is going on. It's possible. And nothing is impossible as long as you and I live. We want to see the whistleblowers in Switzerland, in Germany, in United Kingdom, France, all the rest of the country. This is a universal love. It doesn't matter the language you speak. It doesn't matter the race. It doesn't matter the country you're from. Love bound us equally. Love see no boundary, which the poor people have been suffering, oppressed by the oppressor in every part of the world, not only Nigeria. To fight the corruption, hands on the deck, come together. We can make this planet Earth a better place to live. We can. Nothing that is impossible. Live and let me live. Bridger and C Street. Right now, the ball is on your corner. The security of a nation is in your hand. A fight for solidarity to make the country great and greater.
How can we, since 1999, we had 8 years of Obasanjo. We had, after that, 3 years of Yar'Adua. Because people will talk about 6 years of Jonathan, it never happened. Yar'Adua died on the 5th of May, 2010. When did he come in? 2007. He came in on the 29th of May, 2007. So he spent those 23 days short of 3 years. So Jonathan was only there for 5 years. It's only 4 years and 1 year of Yar'Adua. So we had 5 years of South. And then he went to the north. And we are now going to have 8 years of Buhari, making 11 years for the north. 11 for the north. 10 by Fikokun. 11 for the north. South, we had 8 of Obasanjo. Southwest, 8 of Obasanjo plus 8 years of a co-presidency of Oshibadi. And look at it. Number 1 in Nigeria today is who? Fulani. Number 2 is who? Yoruba. Number 3 is who? Lawan. Where is he from? Number 4, Benjamin Millian. He's from where? Number 5, the Chief Justice is from where? Mention 1 to 8. You won't find one Igbo man there. I will not be the same. And they are not happy. And we are not happy. Were we happy when they are not June 12th and it was our own son, Abiola? Did we not have some Igbo who teamed up with us? Here in this Ibadan, we had many meetings with them in Adepo. Did you not have Sam Mbakwe? Did you not have a Bicho Ukiwe? Did you not have Okemuche? The truth is this, if we are going to say Awalotukon, then we are not different from the Fulani who have been saying that they have the eternal right to.
You are obviously you are a candidate. Obi is your candidate.
No. Obi is, by my critical, unbiased assessment. Right. I am not making this statement because I am a part of Obi. I'm making this statement because he, and more by comparison, is the only one who has shown that if given opportunity, he can take this constituency.
But there are a lot of arguments, Keisha, that Obi has less experience compared to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar.
Is that the kind of experience you want?
I'm not has said this.
The experience that has made slavery out of Lagos, the experience that has made a man to produce governors for 20 years and is in control of the system of Lagos, the finances of Lagos. There is nothing that happens in Lagos without Tinubu's approval. Is that the kind of experience you are looking for? That is a malevolent experience. That is a diabolical experience. That is a retrogressive experience. That is a cancerous experience. That is a corrosive experience. That is a backward experience. That is a reducing experience. That is a poverty-oriented experience. That is a Stockholm Syndrome experience. It is an experience that must be switched to the slipstream and dumped in the compost stone. Our country needs egalitarian, progressive, brilliant, intelligent people with capacity, idealistic, to take us from the nadir of insignificance to the pinnacle of global evolution. That's what we're looking for. We don't need the experience of plutocrats who have put us in a quagmire and subjected us to this level of misery and slavery.
We have this issue of corruption.
Some people, because of the level you are now, they envy you in your state. They can come out and say all kind of rubbish. Don't worry, that's how it is. It is your one person that will kill you.
No more, Kana. No more.
Did you understand me? So don't bother about those things. I've always told people, when you are given an opportunity to serve, use it and showcase what you can do. Stop criticizing somebody who has already left. You have been given the opportunity now. Show it. I'm a professor well. I'm a doctor well. I'm a lawyer well. I'm a mechanic. Yes, we get pepper down. Oh, yes, pepper down. Yes, we get pepper down. Oh, we are pepper down. Professor, what do you do? You got no pepper down. You know that I go break my business as I say pepper down. So, even trader.
Africa's politics have fallen into the hands of elites, as the Nigerians would call them. These are a class of people who are pure business politicians, and business and politics go together in Africa. You cannot stand as a poor man. I came across a wonderful example the other day from Kenya, where a man who cycled around on a bicycle was trying to get himself elected, and the people just laughed at him and they say, "You've only got a bicycle, what can you do for us? We need a big man with a big car with money. That's the politician we need to." So there's this mentality which I think has allowed a very small group of people to take over those countries politically but also economically, and that's why you have something like I think the World Bank says between 60 and 70% of Africa's capital shifted out of the continent. It's in banks in Europe and Asia and maybe America as well. But these people just do what the colonialists did, which was suck the wealth out and shift it overseas. And until that changes, that is, until there's a new generation or even a revolution that actually takes power back to African people, I think those problems, that lack of development.
Let me tell you what the people are saying. His people are saying that we should forget about his biography, forget about how he made his money, that he built Lagos, that he has what it takes to move the country to that place that we want the country to be. How do you respond to that? Yeah. It should be about issues, not about the personality.
No, it's fine. My people have a proverb. Yeah, I'm a Yoruba man. I grew up with old people. One of their fundamental proverbs, they say, which means that the person who would clothe you, who is promising you regular clothing, you should look to what he is wearing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been in undisputed control of Lagos State for the last 23 years. There is an Islamic tradition that says that when a child is born, it is old enough to die. So a man has been in control of a state, unchallenged, for 23 years. It is the fourth largest economy in Africa. It is larger than a lot of countries for 23 years. So let us use Lagos, and at least I'm happy that he himself has happily claimed Lagos as the nadir and plateau of his administrative capacities. Let's look at healthcare. The man is himself a decrepit basket case in terms of health. Every time he's off to London or Paris, he's off to everywhere to treat himself for the General Hospital Ikeja or Lasuth. Everywhere else but any of the health facilities that he has superintended directly or indirectly for the last 23 years. I am resident in Lagos, and I have been long before he found his current Lagos. And I can tell you for a fact that there was once upon a time in this Lagos where you could find water when you turn on the public mains, long before it came. Today, that is not the case in vast parts of the Lagos metropolis, and yet there are enough debts for 2 generations to inherit, in spite of the fact that the facilities have not been built. I've been living here since 2002, so this is my 20th year. Lagos State has not built 1 square inch pipe water in the entire Lekki Peninsula, with the possible exception in some parts of Lekki Phase 1. That is a metropolis housing millions, and yet this is a state below sea level. People are sinking boreholes in their individual homes. The only intervention the state has sought is to tax the boreholes. There is only one road in and out of my metropolis, Lekki. It was built by Jakonde. Tinubu came, stole my road, turned it into a concession, bought back the concession twice. The Lagos State government has bought it back twice. It became the scene of a mass murder, certified as a massacre by a tribunal set up by the state itself, populated by people nominated by the state itself. And then the man tells me that he is the apogee of governance capacity in Nigeria, and that I should applaud and hail Hosanna, and he will come and solve the problems created by the mess and disaster that he helped to install in 2015. I'm a creature of reason, and my brain tells me that it is exceedingly delusional for anyone to suggest that a man who has failed so woefully in sole dictatorial control of a state for 23 years, the richest of the states in this country, the fourth largest economy in Nigeria, that has become a glorified slum, a painted sepulchre, no drainage system to speak of, avarice and greed governing everything, shamelessly taking his hand directly into the coffers of the state in the name of a commission for a criminal organization called Alpha Beta, and that is the person that should be the president of my country. Personality matters. Character matters. Who's the man who wants to be my president? Who is he? Who's his father's father? What schools did he attend? In a situation that is akin to state capture, like a mafia organization has captured a state and is now seeking to extend that franchise nationwide.
Barka da warhaka, na wuni mutanen Nigeria. Sunana Dafur Peace Gideon. Ina nan ne daga office din National Woman Leader na Labour Party. Na fito ne yau in sake koya muku zancen maganar logo na Labour Party. Saboda akwai su ire-iren logogi da za ku gani a ranar zabe, so ina son koya muku logon da za ku gani ranar inda za ku dangwala zabenku. So gani nan da logon Labour Party yana nan cycle ne, yana nan kama da ball, kaman abinda ake amfani da shi a yi wasan kwalkwalo. So akan logon nan akwai baba, akwai mama da yaro. Idan kun ga logon da akwai baba, mama da yaro, in ka dangwala a wannan wurin ya nuna cewa kana ba wa Peter Obi zabenka. Mun riga mun amince cewa Peter Obi shine mutum da zai taimaka mana a Nigeria ya kai kasar mu zuwa gaba, ya taimake mu yaran mu su daina shan wahala, jama'a Nigeria kuma su ji daɗi, ya taimake mu da su hararen da muke ciki a Nigeria.
Wani ya zo ya same ni yake ce min wallahi ya san dan takarar da wallahi duk cikin wayannan yan takarar ba wanda ya kai shi quality, amma matsalarsa daya ba zai ci zaɓe ba. Sai na tsaya ina kallon wannan mutumin na ce to kai ta ya ka san ba zai ci zaɓe ba? Wai ai ba shi da kuɗi, kuma sannan kaga jam'iyyar tasa karama ce ba babba bace ba, sannan kuma bai da wasu manya. Na ce to kullum kukanka cewa kake manyan nan su ne matsalar Najeriya, cewa kake yi waɗannan jam'iyyun duk ka gwada su manyan sun kasa yi ma komai. To amma shi wannan din me yasa ba za ka zaɓe shi ba? Wai asarar jam'i, wai asarar ƙuri'a, wai wallahi in ya zaɓe shi ya san asarar ƙuri'a sa zai. Na ce to yanzu ka yi a normal sense na hankali da ka yi je ka zaɓi mutumin da ka san ba zai maka komai ba, da wanda kuma ka san cewar ko bai ci ba shi ka zaɓa, amma kana da yakinin da ya ci da zai dan taimaka maka, da zai dan samu, za ka dan samu wani abu. To wanne ya kamata ka fara bi ma? Kuma a magana ta biyu, ta yaya za ka yanke wa mutumin da baka bashi dama ba hukunci ka ce ba zai ci ba? Su wayannan manyan jami'in duk da ake ta magana a kansu, me ya kawo su? Mutane fa da aka ba su goyon baya, abin da ya kawo su kenan. Yau ma in muka ɗauki wata jam'iyya ko sunanta Z, wallahi ko sunanta Aya ko Gyada, in muka taru muka duba ɗan takarar mai kyau ne muka bi bayansa, wannan fa shine karshen damar da talakan Najeriya yake da ita, komai sai an gaya masa. Amma zaɓe ne kawai aka baka kai da kanka, amma ka je ana baka dubu goma abinci, kana zaɓa wa'annan mutanen da still da su ne. Wanda ya fito ya dan canza jam'iyya saboda delegate sun ki zabansa, yana ganin an yi babakere ba zai samu dama ba, ya dan bude jam'iyya sabuwa ko kuma ya yi joinin wata karama da dama tana nan, dan ya nuna wa talaka cewar ga sabon abu a dan tsari ko za a canza wannan yanayi. A'a, talaka yana cewa wai ba zai ci ba, wai ba zai ci ba. To wai dan Allah dan annabi ta yaya za mu canza wannan cikin kasar ta mu? Kullum an jam'iyya ta fito, mutum ya fito mai nagarta, sai mu koma bayan wayancan mu ce wai shi ba zai ci ba, wai bai da manya, bai da kaza, bai da kaza. To kai wasu mai
to announce to you in the house, a 3-time member of Edo State House of Assembly, 2-time Deputy Speaker, and 1-time Speaker, Right Honorable Mrs. Elizabeth Atiku.
Alhaji ka tara kuɗi, Qur'ani ka tara.
Kai na ba san yawan su ba. Wai ya magana albashi. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Alhaji nauyi.
Ai albashi Alhaji.
Wannan ba cikin ma'aikata na yake ba.
Ma'aikacin ka ne.
Wallahi Alhaji da an baka albashi.
Ai albashin ne Alhaji. Albashin gani ne. Ba ma biya sai ya kai 37 ga wata ko 40 kai.
Duk ma'aikata na ka ba su albashin su.
Alhamdulillah.
A hada musu na wata 10 amma ka ba su kashi.
Ka ba su kashi kawai ko?
Ni in ke samu ne a wannan rabin wata sauran a samu a kan.
To Alhaji labari fa ya kai matalakawa. Qur'ani talakawa sun gadi.
Magana tarantu fa babu. Sai nan
da wata 10 don
ko February. Amma daga nan Disamba ba wanda zan karewa tarantu ba wallahi.
Kai waras da idan ka dan ubanka
ba hera
anan ma a ba shi
kai ya wata
a ba ma dauke shi aiki wannan ka je ka raba ku raba ku tare da yan uwan tsugunna tsugunna
ba shi wannan
tsugunna Alhaji kamo can ya kuri na saka aiki Alhaji ya kuri na saka aiki
alfasirin ya Allah isa kamar ya wallahi ya isa
Alhaji bayan zunubin sata ka tsara samun zunubin Allah ya isa Qur'ani sai dai istighfari talaka wannan fa Qur'ani kaga sabon kuɗi na fitowa to Qur'ani talaka ne na karban tsoho
wannan Buhari
Allah ya mai albarka
When I dey cry, my mother go carry me. She go say my pikin, wetin you dey cry, yo, stop.
Concerning the money we discussed about, this is 10 million naira.
Baba, we believe you.
Okay. This one, are you getting me?
Yes.
Now do or die election. Don't bring them down. And if it takes you guys to give in your life for me, go ahead. I'll take care of the family.
No problem.
This election, I must win.
Baba, whatever it takes to make you the governor of this state, we're going to do it.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. And as it is now, I am promising you guys more 10 million naira.
Oh, Baba!
Hey!
As you talk now, so you go do one. The seats now you get.
Understand the level now. Kill. Let me start with it.
The mission cannot be complete without me. I am going with them.
Bewa, what are you doing here?
Father, I want to go with them.
With who?
With your guys.
You're not supposed to be here, Bewa. I pay these boys to do work for me. This is their business. For crying out loud, you are my only daughter. Do you want to die?
Whoa! You don't want me to die, but you want them to die. Yes. Thank God I came back from the States. Father, I am going with them.
Bewa, you're not going with them. You are not going with them. Okay? I pay them for this job and their life is at stake. You don't go with them, Bewa.
Oh, you don't want me to die, but you want them to die. Father, you politicians, you sent your children to abroad for a good education, but you don't care about other people's children. My father don't want me to die, but he wants you guys dead.
These people are working. I am paying them for this business for crying out loud.
I'm listening for their lives.
They are working for me for crying out loud, and I am paying
Sorry, sir. I'm not interested anymore.
Hey, no. Are you telling me you are listening to this fool? You don't have to do. I'll pay more money. I'll add more money to it. What is happening here? I must win this governor. Even you? What are you doing with my money?
This is the national cake.
National cake you don't work for?
I don't go cock yourself. Sell your vote, you don't sell your future, but sell your birthright. How much self? Divide them by 4 years. How much is that? No sell your vote. No matter the thing that they tell you.
Nigeria, it will become the food basket. It will become the food basket to provide resources, begin to replenish, and their money will change nations because he is coming down by the power of the Spirit. He's going to bring about new change because he's going to give hope back to Nigeria. He's going to give back hope to Africa. If Nigeria can change, all of Africa can change. And God is saying, this is the message I'm going to send. I'm going to send the message all across Africa and turn things around in a powerful ways. In your rising, many others will rise. In your rising, many other nations will begin to rise. Africa, hear what the Lord is doing in Nigeria. Africa, hear the sound of His voice. Africa, hear the sounds of reform. Africa, start to hear what God is doing in the midst of you. You will never be the same again. You shall go forth in the power of the Holy Ghost. The hand of the Lord shall be mighty upon you.
My name is Muhammad Ibrahim Tefida from Katsina State. I grew up in Kaduna and graduated from Kaduna State University. As a Hausa man from northern Nigeria, even as little children, we were taught that the Igbos are not to be trusted. We were taught that Inyamiri, which is the Igbo, was the enemy. And so, today, out of ignorance, many Hausas think Peter Obi is the enemy. After going to the university to study, I've also traveled to different parts of the country, including Igbo states. I've come to realize that the real enemy are those selfish and greedy politicians that we have. It is only hatred and individual selfishness of our political elites that made them to mislead us. Out of ignorance, we were told only to vote for our fellow northerners. They said we should only vote for people from our side, which we did. But look at the present condition that we are facing in the north. We cannot farm, we cannot visit our families in the village, we cannot even move from state to state without the fear of being kidnapped or killed.
As a concerned mother, it feels bad to know that our daughters have been raped, kidnapped, and forcibly married. Our husbands, sons, and brothers killed on daily basis.
Killed by people who are not Hausas, killed by people who are not even from our country. People that were brought into this country by our selfish and greedy politicians.
And the people that brought these killers are asking us to vote for them and vote for their parties again. This evil must stop.
And the same people that we voted from our side and our religion, they know everything about these problems and they are doing nothing about it. We the northern youths, we have decided that they cannot deceive us anymore. We are tired and we are voting for a new Nigeria. We are voting Peter Obi, we are voting Labour Party.
We thank our allies who support the Nigeria fighting corruption, insurgents, bandits, Boko Haram, terrorists. We will always praise those who support us. A good friend is a good friend that solidates with you when you are in a bad mode in your life. Those in position and leadership, they play a major role. Yes, but because the common men and women like you and I has no way to penetrate to their business. And now, to fight a real corruption, we must have a good leader. A leader that's ready to work with the people, common people like you and I. The wind of change is taking place in Nigeria, and I bet you the whole world dances to the tune of Nigerians. I repeat, very soon, the world will dance to the tune of Nigeria. By means, they do the same thing what Nigeria is doing now. Take a look.
We need job, Lion, we need job. Job, no right. Job, no right.
All over the country, do your part. Let me do my part. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been nice talking to my audience and my fans. As a musician, only those who smell it, felt it, will understand how hypocrites operate. I'm sure most of my fans still remember that song. Hypocrite tears is crocodile tears. Don't ever take a bite.
Yes, it's crocodile. Is it not true? Hypocrite, yes, it's crocodile. Is it not true? Give me some kind of savior. Second bed radio. Lord is savior. Hypocrite, they have to go on some religion we're living today. Talking about religion we're living today. You can be the Hare Krishna. Calm down. You be the pagans. Calm down. You can be the Muslim. Calm down. You what you sow is you what you gonna reap. What you sow is you what you gonna reap. God is my Savior. I say Savior. I say Savior. Put my life in the hands of Father. I put my hands in the hands of God. Put my trust in the hands of the Almighty. My Savior. Not so afraid of Ashi. 1995. People put the upgrade.
everything is possible by the Most High God. Because whatever that goes up will surely come down again.